It's time for a magical adventure to the land of Elvaria. So make yourself comfortable, let your body relax, go floppy and sink down into your bed. Your eyes start to feel heavy and close. You can feel your belly rising up and down as you breathe slowly all the way in and all the way out. Breathing in again all the way and then slowly breathing out. And with one last breath in and out, you find yourself standing in a very snowy field. The snow is very deep. Luckily, you have a snowsuit on and snowshoes. And of course, they are in your favorite colors. You feel warm and cozy, even though you can see snow around you as far as you can see, all the way across this field and to the trees in the distance. The tree tops are snow covered. You can see the leaves beneath the snow, but they're mostly covered in crisp white snow, just like the ground all around you. The snow is very fresh. There's no footprints in the snow. Only your footprints right where you're standing. As you look around through the snow, you do start to notice some things. You see little snow people dotted all around in the field. Some are closer together, some are standing by themselves. Little snowmen, snow women, snow children, and you can see some snow bunnies and snow bears. It's almost like an art display with these little sculptures around the place. You start to walk around and look at some of these very little sculptures. They are no taller than your knees, and in fact, some are even smaller than that. As you walk, you feel the snow compressing under your feet as you walk. As you push one foot down through the snow, it feels kind of fluffy until you hit the ground underneath. And then with the other foot too, crunch, crunch through the snow. Walking over to one particular group of little snow sculptures. These snow sculptures are snow fairies. You can tell because they are built like little people with wings made of leaves stuck on the back of them. They have small stones for eyes and happy, smiling faces. As you watch them, one of them seems to giggle. That's odd. You don't think snow sculptures can giggle, although this is a magical place. Maybe some of these snow sculptures are alive, but they don't look alive, they look very still. You hear the giggle again, and this time it's followed by a quiet little shh. She'll hear you. And then, as you watch, the little face peeps out to stare at you. A little fairy face with a big grin. And with a giggle, the little fairy says, "I think you're right. She's staring right at me." And suddenly the little creature flies up to hover right in front of your face. "Hello there," says the fairy with a wave and a grin. You can tell that this fairy likes to have fun. She has a very wide grin and wrinkles around her mouth. Sometimes these are called laugh lines. And you can also see a twinkle of joy in her eyes. Her short blonde hair sticks up on top of her head. And to your surprise, this fairy is also wearing a snowsuit. A white snowsuit made of actual fabric, whereas often fairies wear clothes made out of petals or leaves. But you suppose this is to help them keep warm in the snow. It's much more fun to play in the snow when you're warm and dry. You look down at the snow sculptures and see two other fairy faces peeking out. Joy asks you, "Do you want to come and play with us? We've made enough snow sculptures now. We were about to make snow angels." "Oh, yes, you would like that. That's the thing about these snowsuits. You can lie down in the snow and not even get wet at all. You can just have as much fun as you like." The two other fairies come out and they introduce themselves. Their names are Winnie and Beth. They smile at you too, wearing warm snowsuits just like you and Joy. "Come on," shouts Joy, waving an arm towards all of you, and she starts to fly off to a big clear patch without many snow sculptures and enough space for you to lie down and make a few snow angels for yourself here. And of course, there's space for lots of fairy snow angels because those are much smaller. Joy flops herself down in the snow, and Winnie and Beth flop down beside her. You lie down too and start to move your arms and legs to make your first snow angel. Up you all get and have a look and see one you-sized snow angel and three little fairy snow angels right beside it. It was so much fun you all do it again, lying down in the snow in a clear patch and making 4 snow angels, waving your arms and legs as the fairies do the same thing beside you. And then suddenly, splat! Something lands in the snow beside you. Splat! Splat! You sit up and you see snowballs being thrown and hear roaring laughter coming from behind some of the snow sculptures nearby. "Oh, those darn elves," says Winnie. Then she gives a laugh, so you know that it's all in good fun. "Trying to get us again," said Beth. "Well, we'll show them. Come on, girls." Joy leaps up and she starts to build a snow fort, a wall to protect you all from the snowballs. You help her and Winnie and Beth join in too. With just a few handfuls, you've already built a wall to protect the fairies, and now you need to build one to protect yourself. although the snowballs are quite small because they are made by elves, so your snowsuit alone will protect you. But you build a wall in front of you anyway, because it's actually lots of fun, and you get ready to have a snowball fight. Beth tells you to make the snowballs loose, not hard, because that could hurt, and also make them quite small because the elves are a lot smaller than you. So you start making snowballs the size of little coins, or marbles really, and you stack them up in a pile beside you, ready for when it's time to throw them at the elves. Winnie and Joy peek out above the wall while you and Beth make the snowballs. "Alright," says Joy, "it's time. We're going to have to do our very best throwing to reach all the way to the sculptures and try to get the elves." You peek your head out and have a look. It's not too far for you to throw. It's far for the fairies, but not too far for you. You pick up one of the little snowballs and throw it over the wall, aiming right for the sculptures. "Oi!" comes a voice and a chuckle. "You got me right on the head," says the voice. And you hear a splat, splat, splat as some snowballs hit the wall in front of you. "Well, this is no fun," says Joy. "If we can't get hit at all, we're just sitting safe and bored behind this wall. What do you reckon? Shall we make a run for it? Go out in the open and have a bit of fun?" "Alright, you're up for it, and Winnie and Beth are too. At least the wall gave you some cover so you could all make some snowballs safely and without being hit by snow constantly. Now you're ready. You each have armfuls of snowballs ready to throw at the elves. Out you go from behind the wall and all run over. Well, Winnie flies, but you and Joy and Beth run over to the snow sculptures towards the elves, and you can see their surprised faces at you running towards them. You start to throw snowball after snowball after snowball, and the elves have big smiles on their faces as they throw the snowballs at you too. They easily slide off your snowsuit, for they are very small, but one gets you in the face, and it's like a soft little ball of ice. You giggle and throw one back at the elf who threw it at you. He reaches out and catches the snowball, and then he starts to eat it. Tasty," he says, and licks it like an ice cream. "Yum," says Winnie. "Is it time for a snow cone break?" The elves all nod and murmur sounds of agreement, and Beth and Joy agree too. Winnie takes out her wand and waves it, and little ice cream cones appear on a silver platter in the snow in front of Winnie. Everyone gathers round and takes a cone. Winnie looks at you and asks you to hold your hand out. She waves her wand, and a human-sized cone appears in your hand. Everyone starts to put snow into their cones. The elves and the fairies find some snowballs if they can. Some of them are still whole, some of them got splattered. And the fairies or elves who can't find a snowball simply make a fresh one and pop it on top of their cone. Then Winnie goes around to each of the elves and asks what topping they would like. As they reply, she waves her wand and the topping appears over the snow cone. Some elves choose chocolate or strawberry or vanilla, and one particularly daring elf asks for a garlic sauce, which was quite interesting. And each of the toppings melts into the snow to flavour the snow cone. Beth and Joy both choose chocolate flavour, and Winnie chooses banana for herself. What would you like to have on your snow cone? Winnie waves her wand and magics it up for you. And you watch as the flavour sinks into the snow of your snow cone. And then you taste it. It's very cold and fluffy and tasty and quite fun to eat. You all enjoy your snow cones together. Everyone is smiling and happy from having such fun playing around in the snow. And once your snow cones are finished, Joy and Winnie and Beth say goodbye to the elves, and the elves say goodbye to you and the fairies. And you follow the fairies back to a nearby cabin which has a fire roaring, warming up the whole place. There's a very comfortable chair sitting near the fire and a fluffy rug which feels lovely under your feet as you take off your snow boots and your snowsuit and find yourself in the comfiest pajamas. These pajamas have pictures of snow sculptures all over them, snow people and snow animals. And you sit down and make yourself comfortable on the armchair in front of the fire. Winnie waves her wand and offers you a hot chocolate. You take a few sips and you feel very warm and relaxed and comfortable. And you watch the flames of the fire flicker. It's so different from looking out onto plain white snow. It feels different for your eyes. You watch the flames dancing, and you feel your body sinking into this great big armchair. Winnie and Beth and Joy tell you that you can rest here. You're welcome to fall asleep, or just make yourself feel cozy. They tell you they had a lovely time with you today and are excited to have more adventures with you in the future. They each lie down in front of the fire with a tiny fairy cushion under each of their heads. They gaze into the fire, and after a while they close their eyes and drift off to sleep. And as you sit here feeling warm and comfortable, sinking down into the cushions of this armchair, you might close your eyes too and drift off to sleep, feeling very happy after a lovely, magical adventure.